Okay. So that's probably not it then.
He could have been asexual, so you don't know.
Maybe he made love to his top hat.
He could have hid some sex toys in there, some ancient sex toys in that goddamn hat. The guy's laying there like, hey, what would you like to do? Well, let's see what my hat has here. Holy crap, a wooden stick. What are we going to do with this?
What if it just folded down like Play-Doh, and it was just like...
Oh.
No, we're not going there? We're not going that route?
Yeah, you could.
All right, thanks. Thanks, guys.
He grew a beard. He grew a beard for a reason. Who wants a chin beard ride?
I do. All the stable ladies are lining up at his door, knocking on his log cabin.
Well, that means all that. If history proves right, and he was deemed to be a great president, then the next president that would be like Abe Lincoln should be also great for being gay. If they're going in line with that idea.
Now we're gonna end with this. And do you think
James Buchanan to that too? So,
well, we're gonna end on this.
Yeah.
Do you think that, with Lincoln being like a political leader, he had like the biggest log house?
You would think so, right?
Do you think that he made like a bigger house that was bigger than everyone else's just because he was trying to like prove?
Well,
Lincoln lived a simple life before he.
Well, he had a couple of children, right? He had 2 children.
Yeah, he had 5 of them,
or 4 children.
I think it was 4. Lincoln had 4 children. Lincoln had 4.
What was that, Mike?
I think one of the kids died off. One of them were really sick.
Yeah, one of them ended up getting polio or something like that.
One died. A couple died really young, actually.
Yeah.
See, I was going to watch the movie Lincoln, but then I already knew. I'm like, wait a second, I know how this ends.
All of my Lincoln material just came from the one where he's killing zombies.
Abraham.
Oh, yeah.
4, right?
Gosh.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
4
that's-
kids.
yeah,
Four
that's
kids.
actual history right there.
Yeah, that was some great history learning about Lincoln from killing zombies.
The sad part, I really enjoyed that movie. I thought that movie was great.
Abe Lincoln is an axe murderer.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a good book, by the way.
The zombies were dressed up like Confederate.
Yeah, Confederate soldiers.
Yeah. It was crazy, dude. It was a crazy movie. Did you ever see it?
I have, yeah.
That was awesome. But speaking of houses, right? This is going to be a great segue into our next conversation. I wanted to talk about Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, he's back.
Yes.
Yeah,
Macaulay
I'm
Culkin.
excited about this.
He's making a comeback into American Horror
He
Story.
needs to die. Technically, if he dies on the show, does that count?
No.
Oh, is there another season of American Horror Story?
American Horror Story. They're picking up Macaulay
Macaulay's
Culkin on the new series or the new season. And
any idea what's going to be entitled yet?
Well, me and Kevin were talking about this, and we
were.
actually had a really in-depth conversation of like what they should do for this new season.
Like Macaulay Culkin already signs the contract. He's like, "All right, guys, what's the script about?" And
Demons trying to break into his house to have it like Home Alone.
Guy pitches that. And he's like, "All right, you're in a haunted house, but you're by yourself." He's like, "This kind of sounds like I'm home alone." Oh, no, nothing like Home Alone. But there are 2 ghosts that try to break in, and you gotta hit them with some paint cans. This sounds almost exactly like Home Alone. I'm not doing it. Sir, you already signed the contract. It's already signed. Yeah.
Well, it's probably going to be him.
He's probably going to have a sex scene in there, right, Macaulay? If it's going to be American Horror Story, I don't know. That was just weird.
You know what? There in every season there is probably something, if not sexual, very very racy, sexual wise.
Yeah. Well, last season in '84, you had the guy with he was well endowed.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yes,
that guy.
Yes, him. He was the fitness instructor, the guy with the mustache.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
And he hooked up
once again. Sparky is correct.
And he hooked up with Billy Lord's character.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Who ends up dying at the end, anyways? All these people.
Yeah, and they're all still haunting the camp.
Yeah.
I never really got into the American Horror Story. It always goes on around Halloween time where they had like these little short glib shows, and then people get their pumpkin spice going. You know,
I actually like last season's American Horror Story because it was like a cheap '80s horror movie.
I only watched,
I concur with that too.
2 episodes.
I agree with that.
In full capacity.
A lot of people didn't like it. They're like, yeah, but I'm like, oh no, this reminds me totally of an 80s horror movie.
Well, that's what they were aiming for. They did it.
They need to bring back the show Are You Afraid of the Dark? Where, where the kids are now school shooters and they hang out in the woods because they can't go back to their towns, And they talk about that as it's a scary story. Like, why are you here?
I like the fact that we were just talking in the car ride about the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Are you picking on Goldberg again?
Goldberg!
I'm just going to bring it up one more time about Goldberg. Goldberg going down for crack. Well, crack or meth, crystal meth. I'm sorry, crystal meth.
And what were you watching today on TV, Stack Girl?
The Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yes, we were.
Nice.
Such a good movie. But then you realize
It was such a good movie.
You realize that Coach Bombay was always a scumbag in the movie.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time. And Emilio Estevez did a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
A lot of cocaine.
Like, all right, Ducks. What did Ducks say? What did Ducks say? Now, to a normal human, he would say, this man's on a drug. The kids were like, well, we all know the answer is quack. So he had the kids quack in there. They're like, all right, what are you going to do? And an illegal formation in hockey, by the way, is a flying V. That's not legal. You can't do it. The ref blows the whistle and they stop the game.
Yeah.
Why can't you do the flying V in hockey?
You're not allowed to have certain players cross the lines. There's 7 of them all the way together.
There's a red and a blue line.
Red and a blue line. You can't cross them. It counts.
It's a line infraction.
Yeah, it's a line infraction. Yeah. You can't have it. If they blow the whistle, it's done.
Done.
Only a person on high amounts of cocaine, right,
could ever come up with that concept.
Would think, hey, Ducks, we're Mighty Ducks. I'm seeing the Planet of V today. Kids, this is what we're doing. And they're like, okay, great.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Quack, quack, quack. All right, wait, we're not even shooting yet.
It's as if
just calm down.
Imagine a soccer field where they're like, all right, you're called the Ducks, we're going to do the flying V. But I thought midfielders aren't supposed to cross the midfield line or there's a flag on the play. We'll say, like, all right, man.
Defensive men? Who the hell's a defensive man? You're all defensive men.
Why did we get another community UI coach over here, doing his goddamn punching in his hours and that? And poor Charlie's like, he's banging Charlie's mom. They're like, Coach, you changed. It's like, well, your coach is banging your mom right now. Like, Mom? What do you mean?
Mom? There they are in the penalty box.
Yeah, Disney's like, oh shit, people bought this. This was not supposed to be released at all. Maybe we make Mighty Ducks 2?
This is going to work out great. Let's get Emilio back in there.
Yeah, didn't they do 3 of them?
They did 3.
Yes,
3.
3 of them.
And now the show's coming on Disney Plus now.
Yeah. With another Emilio Estevez.
Really?
Estevez, yeah.
Emilio's coming back?
Yeah.
How is that his only remembered
I don't
role?
know.
He had some pretty good ones. He's not a bad actor.
I know.
I give him some credit. He, instead of changing his last name over to Sheen like Charlie did and Martin did, he kept the same last name. He kept his integrity. He said, you know what? I'm going to make a name for Estevez because I believe that my acting ability is going to be able to skip over this whole idea of just, like you're one of the Sheens.
True.
Even though if you're hanging out with Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen, that also helps out a lot. And you're like, hey, who's that Estevez guy you guys keep hanging out with? It's like, we're related. And you're like, I don't know. What do you mean you're related?
But I definitely agree. He's a great actor.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
A great well, I don't know if I'd say great actor.
Not Oscar worthy.
Not Oscar worthy. No, but in his own right mind.
Name the last bad movie he did.
Mighty Ducks 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then Mighty Ducks 2. And then Mighty Ducks 1.
Mighty Ducks 1. It was good for kids. If you're a kid, you could watch it. You're like, this guy.
Funny.
It made money.
It was inspirational. It was like hope. It was like watching the movie Hope.
Well, think about it. It inspired Anaheim to get a hockey team.
I thought they already had the hockey team.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
No.
Oh, my God.
Really?
So wait a second.
The hockey team started after the first Mighty Ducks.
Really?
Yep.
Holy crap.
Because Disney decided to get into the hockey business, and that's when they started the Mighty Ducks.
I got a red flag that stat girl. Could you check that?
Yeah.
And that
I'm gonna red flag that.
And then what happened? The big thing that they did on TV was when the Mighty Ducks scored, Tinkerbell would fly on the screen.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
because Disney owned the Mighty Ducks for a while.
We're going to do a little investigating on that.
No,
one.
that's true. They did own the Mighty Ducks.
You're crazy.
Disney owned the Mighty Ducks for a while. Yes.
Really? No, well, I'm not saying that they didn't own the Mighty Ducks.
That's true.
That first season when they scored, Tinkerbell would come up on the screen after they scored a goal and
Get the hell out of here!
Huh.
Holy Lord! Man,
Interesting.
all right, I'm starting to You're swaying me.
Disney's an evil empire. They own everything.
They ruin everything too. They take the evil empire and they made it not so evil. Star Wars.
Evil.
They could have done so much more with the Luke Skywalker character, and they're like, nah, he's just a bum now.
Yeah.
Do you feel that George actually gets ripped off? Like, do you I bet you there's days you're like, man, I should have asked for more money. It's sad.
I saw that.
Well, George Lucas at the time when he had the $200 million, if he invested it into if he invested the $200 million into a simple savings account for 6% interest or whatever the hell, he's already made Disney money by now.
Oh yeah,
because the Mighty Ducks movie came out in 1992. Their team came out in 1993, and Disney backed all the money for it.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
So,
holy crap! Emilio Estevez's big impact on hockey turned out to be his character, Coach Bombay.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying like it was an inspirational movie for Disney fans because it was like
it's good for kids. If you're alone,
very good for kids.
And
if you're alone in your house,
the Disney fans got hooked into the Mighty Ducks for a while because it's like the Ducks, and it's like just like the movie. And like there's this franchise, and then they scored Tinkerbell's on the screen. And it was like
if you're alone at your house and you pop in and you have never seen the Mighty Ducks before, and you put that and you have it on the TV, and you're like, it starts off to the point where you're like, oh, this is okay, and then you're like, never mind, it's a kids movie.
Yeah, but at what point are you disappointed when you're going to a Ducks game and you don't see Emilio Estevez doing rails of coke off of a hooker's butt when you're going to the game?
I'm guessing he's got his own room for that. Like, Emilio, VIP room.
Come on.
We'll get some more cocaine for you to do.
You're doing rails of blow off the Zamboni.
Is he like his brother? Is he doing that now? Or what?
I think he keeps it under taps a little bit better because he didn't get on these interviews about how he has tiger's blood. Tiger's blood, by the way, was code for HIV.
That's
weird,
what
right?
Was. Yeah.
And then they said that the media reported that he faked having HIV. And,
And then got it for real.
Yeah, then he got it for real.
Yeah.
But, no, there was those reports out there saying that, he's been faking it the whole time. And then the conspiracy theories coming out saying, no, he cured it himself. And I'm thinking to myself, how does Charlie Sheen cure anything? Oh, yeah, maybe cocaine. Maybe.
Actually, his 2.5 Men money was...
That was a lot of money.
Epic amount of money.
Yeah.
Epic amount of money. Like, he had a lot of money.
Think about it.
He had Magic Johnson money.
Yeah.
To cure himself from HIV.
This is true. Yeah, Magic Johnson didn't even know. Magic Johnson set himself on such a... He still has HIV continuously right now.
Yeah.
Still has it. It has never mutated into full-blown AIDS.
But he's always said, I've got enough money to take care of it.
Yeah. He's got enough money. He knows when to take his pills and all that nice jazz. They keep coming out with new...
I thought he got rid of HIV. So you're saying he still has it?
Yeah, he still currently has it, yeah.
I thought I read a report. He said he has no more, and there's nothing that proves that he actually has HIV anymore.
Oh, no, he still very much has it, yeah. Yeah, he can't give
That's
it...
some interesting fact-checking.
Yeah, fact-check it.
Fact-check it.
Magic Johnson still has HIV.
Yeah.
It's like the urban legend that he cured it with money. I love the South Park episode on that where he's like, I don't know, I've just always had this money here. And did you ever see it or no?
Sounds familiar.
He just basically takes a blender full of money and drinks that, and he's like, and then I feel great.
Speaking of money,
we're
going to cut into our next topic here. Now there's an interesting article that had come up about Flavor Flav and Public Enemy having a separation.
They fired him, right?
They fired him.
No, that's not a separation.
I mean, they're separated.
Separated. But from what I understood, like Flavor Flav was doing his own thing for a while too. Like I don't know what his thing consisted of.
Well, okay,
but he was doing appearances and he was doing
The reason why the separation happened, I don't know if you read the story.
I did, but go ahead.
But it was all about, Bernie Sanders was doing Public Enemy stuff, and like Flavor Flav's like, well, we didn't give him
Public Enemy #1.
We didn't give him permission to do all this stuff, and like that's starting to become like trademark infringement, blah blah.
It was trademark infringement. Yeah.
Okay, so was Flavor Flav in the right in this? Because last time I went